I have Asanga Omo on Sports Tonight is joining us. Asanga, good to have you. Wale is still very much around.
Yeah. It's nice to be here.
Yeah, guys, let's quickly go abroad. We spend a lot of time at home. Let's go abroad and talk about some of the key issues happening abroad. Sam Allardyce, Asanga, is the new manager of England. It doesn't matter what stories have been going around, whether it was second choice or not. It doesn't really matter. The fact is that he's been appointed.
Yes, he has been appointed. I think he just needs to prove a point now as an England manager. He needs to get the last together. He needs to put confidence back to these boys, because the last 2 years we saw that England were just wishy-washy. Was it
a loss of confidence for England? Because those are very key issues. People have said that this year England have beaten Portugal in friendlies. The last 4 teams at the Euros have lost to England at some stage, but the problem with England is the big stage. The big stage, they find a way not to, show what they can do.
Tony, it's still a crisis of confidence. I think they're having confidence issues. Against Iceland, probably if they had the confidence, they'll have come back after Iceland shocked them with that goal.
In the first half.
Yeah, in the first half. And Sam is the right man to bring it back. I think Sam is the right man that would see England, because England have been pretentious about the kind of football they want to play. They want to play sweet, but they have to play to their strengths. And probably to their strengths, they don't have to play sweet football. And Sam...
They just have to be effective.
They have to be effective. And for all of the criticism, you say Sam Allardyce comes because he doesn't play football good for the eye. Like Phil Brown was saying today, that this man, who you said doesn't play football good for the eye, had JJ Okocha in his team. He had Stewart Downing playing the whole. Yeah. He had players like Jermaine Defoe playing up front for him at Sunderland. So he can also mix it. The most important thing is that he brings the best out of the players he has.
Yeah.
And that's what England need.
Okay.
He needs to bring some confidence back. He needs to put some style of play to this team. He needs to know where to deploy some certain players. He needs to know when to put in Sterling. He needs to know when his Wilshere is still part of this team, his Rooney is still part of this England team. Where could he be effective? These are where he needs to, key areas he needs to just put into place so that this England team could go places. I expected him to do so well in the Euros.
Okay, let's move away very quickly and talk about the English Premier League this season. Jose Mourinho today lost 4-1 in a friendly game to Dortmund, and for me, it just underlines. I'm not reading too much into it. That's what I want to say.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have been saying
it's a fake result.
It's a continuation of what happened where he left off at Chelsea and all of that. But I think it's just too early for you to judge Jose Mourinho with all of that. What are you expecting from Jose this season, Asanga?
From the preseason, it's too early to judge. Some players are not still back, and he's still trying to study his players, know who to fix in position. So I think it's just too early. He just needs to be given some time.
Unbelievable. I can't even imagine that this Mourinho I'm seeing in the United States.
He needs to be given some time, and I'm sure this guy will take us to that pinnacle of football.
Oh,
when he said us.
This is a Man U fan. That's why we brought him here. Asanga is a Man U fan. All right, so the pinnacle of football, you mean the Champions League or the title?
No, we are returning back the glory days, as in the EPL this season. He needs to get his back.
Okay,
he needs to get his back.
Okay.
I think the most important thing for United, Tony, is get back in the Champions League. Anybody can win, but get back amongst where the big boys are mixing it, and that's the Champions League.
All right, guys. The Manchester City, your rivals. Guardiola is there. Lost his first game the other day to Bayern, and people are already anticipating what the Manchester derby will look like this season. What are your expectations, Wale?
City will look good. Pep improves any side it comes to. But I won't read anything into that game against Bayern Munich because it was a young side. We saw Kelechi and Acho experimental side. There was also an inkling of experience. There was Toure, Alexander Korov, and Kaya Klishi. But when the senior boys return, we will see much more of City. They also want to still get 1 or 2 players. Iko Gundogan has been gotten, but he has out to November. He still needs 1 defender. He's shown that by going for players like John Stones. And probably 1 more midfielder too. But Pep will improve this side definitely. Maybe we won't say tiki-taka football because Pep he remodels anywhere he goes to. At Bayern, he remodeled, he improved on what he was doing at Barcelona. But at City, He will make them challenge. He knows the challenge ahead of him, and the most important thing is to get back in the Champions League. Remember, they haven't qualified, and he said after the game against Bayern that the most important thing for him is qualify for the Champions League, because technically they are not in it right now. Once he does that, then he'll take it. I think Pep is someone who likes to take it one step at a time, and that's what we'll see at City.
What are you expecting from your rivals, Asanga, before we go wrap up this segment?
Guardiola, Ancelotti, what's his name? Conte.
They're going to bring a lot to the
table, but at the end of the day, Conte is still new. Guardiola is new in the EPL, but this is a Mourinho that has been in the EPL, so I think he still understands it better than the rest.
There last season.
He understands.
And he didn't mention Wenger.
No, Wenger, you know his position. You know his position. So
fourth place. Arsenal fans will not be happy with you. Anyway, they know you're a United man.
We know his position, so I think as the case is, Mourinho is still very, very experienced than the rest, so I think he's head above shoulders, above all.
All right, let's spend the rest of the time before we go on this break and bring in my special guest for chess on the program tonight. Let me read a few comments on Twitter. Ifeanyi Chuku Alaribe at Alaribe0096 says, kudos to you and your crew for updating us about sports every day. Up Niger in Rio. Alala from Owerri. That's what he says. He's sending us this message in from Owerri. We need to encourage our Olympic team that's going to represent us in Brazil, motivate them morally and financially. That's also a message. Ungode Kabandiyok says, I pray for luck for Nigerian athletes in the forthcoming Olympic Games. Israel Akinlawon, who is fast becoming a regular, sends his comments almost every day from Ibadan. Infantino's visit will lay to rest the feud between Pinnick and Giwa once and for all. I don't think there's any issue for us about Giwa. For me, it's just a distraction. We know who the NFF president is, but we just hope that this visit will help us shape things back and put them in proper perspective, and then help us to get back on track. FIFA's presidency, that's coming from Kenya Adepegba, will authenticate Pinnick's presidency. It's more than just authenticating the presidency, really, for me, Asanga.
The problem is, did we need an Infantino to come and...
we don't need it. What we need
Infantino
for are issues bigger than just pettiness of...
authenticate what we do here.
What we need, a solid base for corporate support for our football, which I think is a more important reason for us. All right, so I think we'll pause here a little bit. Go on our final break. Guys, I must thank you for your time. Asanga,
thank you
we hope to see more of you